Welcome. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the sweetness of marriage, how to enjoy a blissful marriage, as I am just helping my wife here, my best friend, Coach Princess. So, by the way, I am her self-appointed hairstylist. I decided when we were very newly married that I wanted to do her hair. And for the past 19 years, I have become her permanent hairstylist. I seem to understand her hair better than everybody else.
How did it come?
Huh? How did it happen? That's for another day. That's for another video. Yes, so we'll just be talking and hope you will enjoy this. Well, I'm not saying everybody should be doing their wife's hair, or every wife should do their husband's hair, but there must be something that bring you together. You spend some minutes, some hours together, playing together or helping each other. By the way, my wife also, because of the type of hairstyle that I use, which is potato cuts, I normally like cutting all my hair. So when I'm done cutting by myself, I normally ask my wife to check and to finish up some areas that I can't see, particularly at the back of my head. So it's quite interesting. I do her hair and she also helps me with my hair. We are best friends, we are privileged, we play together, we laugh together, we dance together, we sing together, we do business together. It's amazing. It's very, very amazing, So baby, what should I do for you today? Which style would you like?
Yeah, I want that one that she goes in front and the one that will be falling in front.
Okay.
Then the back, you just push them at the back.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but before going on further, thank you for taking your time to watch our video. We've just gotten started in providing great quality content for you. If you like what you've seen so far, we'd really appreciate your support. Show us some love by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Dr. Wilbert R. Mutoko, and smashing that notification icon. That way, you'll always be up to date with our new exciting videos.
Okay, so in front, I do like this, and then on the sides, I go like this. Here, I go like this, and at the back, should I do push back or I bring it? Push back at the back. Okay.
So both sides, they will be coming on the middle.
Okay.
Then the one falling.
Okay. Let's hope I will do as you expect. Somebody might want to know, how is it that people can live together for 19 years and be like they are on honeymoon? How is it that a husband and wife, in a time when marriages are crumbling so much and there's so many divorces, what can people learn from a marriage? Obviously, it's not because we are pastors, that's why we are happily married. It's not because we are motivational speakers. It's a choice we made. Even before each one of us got married, before we got into the union, we actually decided that we want to be happy. So Coach, what are some of the secrets for someone to, live a happy marriage?
Understanding each other.
Understanding each other.
And learning what offends or what ticks on the other partner.
Okay.
I think those are the main things, and forgiveness to each other.
Okay.
Because you won't have some things that you think the same at the same time, and that needs understanding. Also, there are some times when you don't go together or you disagree on something. You should take it as part of life.
Okay.
You are not understanding each other, so you subside when someone is on the other side and you are on the lower side. So you just learn to humble yourself and accept your differences and enjoy it.
So we don't necessarily have to be the same.
No. We are different, we are created different, and we have different likes, different tastes.
Right.
So sometimes, if you are married, you need to compromise. That's the main word. It's not one person who compromises. The husband will compromise at another time. The wife will also compromise at another time.
I see.
And
I
you
see.
understand each other better.
I know for the past 19 years we have had to do a lot of compromising, and it can be fun sometimes, and sometimes it can be painful. Yeah. So is it possible really for people, let's say, who are fighting or who don't understand each other or who are, disturbed by certain circumstances and they are just about to quit their marriage, what advice would you give to them?
You will never find a perfect partner.
Okay, cool.
You are the one who will make him perfect for you.
Oh, yes.
So as you'll be going through, you'll be compromising and telling each other. The other thing is about communication. You have to learn to communicate in the way that doesn't offend your friend. So by that, you will know that you don't like this and that. Than to keep quiet when you are offended or when you don't like it, just to say it. No, this thing I don't like it. Then if he insists, okay, it's okay, like that, you will come to a point of understanding that you are offended by what in that thing.
I think you are right, because many marriages, people hide things from each other. There is no transparency, there is no communication. So in the end, you find that the time when people want to start solving problems, there will be too many issues to deal with. For those of us, for those who are young and are planning to get married, we want you to know that marriage is sweet. Marriage is meant to be enjoyed, not to be endured. You see, you have a short life, 60, 70, 80, 100, 120 years. You cannot afford to be fighting in those few years that you have on earth. You must enjoy life. Life is to be enjoyed. Find a way to make things work. You find people at school, they forgive others, they tolerate others, they understand other people. But when it comes to their partner, they can't. When they're at school, when they're at work, when they're at church, they are very understanding. They are very tolerant. But when it comes to their life partner, So we need to learn to make sure that our marriages work. It begins even before you get married. You need to make up your mind. I used to tell people when I was a boy that, you know what, one day I'm gonna get married. Hey, to a beautiful woman. And we are going to be happily married. I was seeing a white wedding. I said, I want to have a white wedding. So, it's something that was in me. And I remember people laughing because those days I was preaching the gospel. I was that kind of fire brother who, I didn't have time for funnies. I didn't have a girlfriend. I had nothing to do with girls. So people were wondering, how is this guy going to marry? Who will he marry? So as a result, on our wedding day, people gathered large numbers, unexpected. And I think some people just came to witness which woman has the guts to get married to this guy who is always saying, Jesus, 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 But we have seen that our marriage is working, we are friends, 19 years have passed and we're just enjoying ourselves. It's as if we are still in courtship. So it can be done. Coach, what else would you say? I know you touched on communication. There is one of our secrets concerning the way we communicate. What are some of the things how do we communicate? Like every day or something?
Sometimes when your partner is angry, you cannot manage also to be angry and he's saying some words and you also say some words. One of us, when somebody is angry, somebody has to be quiet. And even if you are feeling anger, if you have that anger, you just swallow it up as if everything is okay.
Right.
Until the other one is now normal, because when you are angry, you are not normal. When someone is normal now, then you can try to explain in a different way. But if you see that the anger is still there, just leave it like that, and try to find some things and forget about it as if nothing has happened, until someone is now normal. Then you start to share your views in a nice way,
Right.
not trying to defend yourself, but trying to explain facts and points.
Right.
And sometimes I see that arrogance is one of the things that corrupts the union between two people. It's either the woman is arrogant, or the husband is arrogant,
Right.
or both of them, they are arrogant. Nobody wants to listen to someone. So there's no way you can continue to stay together if you cannot understand each other and humble yourself and say, I'm sorry. Because to other people, that word sorry is not there, and it will never come out from their mouth. So for a man or for a woman, both of you must have that time to say sorry.
Learn to say thank you, learn to say sorry. So what we have done in our marriage is that we have agreed, we realized, because our first 6 months were fire. It was fire for fire. We loved each other, we would play together, we would be laughing, we would be talking, but just something little happens, we are angry with each other. And then we realized, no, we must never be angry at the same time. Because it takes two people to fight. Isn't it? It takes two people to fight. So we agreed with my wife that we must never be angry at the same time. So if the other is going, it can be my wife, we are human beings. Daddy, why this? Of course, as we, with over the years, it's very rare for us to quarrel or to be angry with each other. But especially during the early years, it was wonderful sometimes. But we made sure in the first 6 months that we worked out our differences so that we can enjoy the later years of our marriage. So we agreed, one of the things, never quarrel at the same time, never be angry at the same time. And it's working for us, because if I see that my wife is angry, I tone down. Even if I was feeling angry myself, I tone down, I wait for her until, like she is saying, until she is normal, and then we can talk it over. Another thing you wanted to say something?
No.
Okay. Another thing that I wanted to say is that in terms of communication has to be consistent. Marriage, sometimes people look at me and they say, ooh, this man is so blessed. To have a wife like Coach Princess, wow. And I'm thinking, they don't know her. They should ask me. If they wanted to borrow her for 2 days or so, they can try. They will bring her back very quickly. The same applies. People might see me, they say, ooh, these are the real husbands. I wish Mutoko was my husband. No, you don't know me. She knows me better. She has worked on me and I have worked on her. We have adjusted, and that's very important. So one of the things that we do is we make sure every single day we tell each other, I love you. When we call each other, the first thing is, I love you. It doesn't matter what has happened. I love you, honey. I love you, sweetie. We don't call each other, this. We don't call each other, the father of my child or the mother of my child. No. We don't call each other old woman, old man. No. We call each other honey, sweetie, darling, my chocolate, my baby. Yeah. And then we make sure every single day without fail, when we call each other, it's I love you first. Then you say whatever you want to say. We send an SMS, we send a WhatsApp, it's I love you first before anything else. People take time to send messages, I love you, I appreciate you, to other people, but they don't do that to their partner. That's not nice at all. Value your partner.
That's true.
So love, I would say love is a living thing. You have to keep, fanning your love. Otherwise, it will die. Love is like fire. If you stop fanning it, it will die down. You can have very good fire, but you stop fanning it, it will die down. So the same applies. In marriage, you have to make sure My hands are a bit slippery. Can you hold for me? Or you put it on for me? Your hands are dry. So love is like a fire. Very close. I think it's done, eh? Okay, let's see if we can switch off the machine. Good. Alright. So another thing, by the way, I use this one or this one after removing. Just to hold for me. The bigger one, eh? Okay, cool. So still on communication, I would like to advise people. One thing I've seen is that many people will say, like for instance, you watch a video like this, and then you begin to tell your husband, you see, these are real husbands. This is what you are supposed to be doing. You know, by saying that you are not using wisdom. Okay, just watch with your husband. If your husband is not with you and you have found a video like this, don't push it on them. Let them just watch it for themselves and let them comment on their own. Because I've seen even when we teach people in marriage seminars, you find that people will start saying, oh, this is the right wife. Not my wife. My wife is useless. Remember, people are not the same. Even if we are to learn, we cannot learn by being pushed. You know, you are seated in a seminar and somebody is teaching about marriage, or you are watching a video on marriage, or you are in church, they are teaching you about marriage or something that you really feel like, oh, my partner must get this one. You close your mouth, because I'm sure you've tried your own and maybe it didn't work. So don't really do this. Are you listening? Listen carefully. By so doing, who wants that kind of thing? You just keep quiet, pray in your heart that your partner will be touched.
You harden them.
Yes, you make them
do that.
They close their heart. Don't do that, okay? Don't compare your husband, don't compare your wife. They are unique. Love them as they are, encourage them, but when somebody is teaching, don't push it on someone's throat. It won't work. That I can assure you. Another issue I wanted us to talk about is the issue of phones. Touching phones. I know in one country they have actually put a law to say that a husband should not touch wife's phone, a wife should not touch husband's phone. Annie, what do you say about this?
I wonder how that marriage works. Because you are one person. So what causes you not to want your friend or your husband or your wife to touch your phone? Which means there will be hidden information.
Yes.
You are tricking each other, tricking one another, and that tricking one another, you are cheating yourself. Because you won't have that transparency, and you even the way you be hiding some things, it will show that there's something wrong that you are doing. I suspect, because if there is nothing wrong in your phone, why would you refuse your partner to get hold of your phone? What will you be hiding? That's what I think.
There should be transparency.
Yes.
I know some countries may have passed a law, but that does not mean it's God's verdict. It's the government trying to help, because people are becoming more and more funny. In our opinion, we believe that marriage should be transparent. Actually, sometimes people get worried, you know. They want to talk to my wife, then they hear me answering the phone. No, we want to talk to Coach Princess. I say, okay, I'm the husband, please feel free. People want to talk to me, and the phone is answered by my wife. Yeah? It's important. We are one. The Bible says we are one, isn't it? So if we are one, why then do we want to divide ourselves? Why then do we want to put password for each other? My phone and my tablet, they have passwords. My wife knows my passwords. My daughters, my son, they know our passwords. And we don't have a problem with that. Yeah, this thing we are doing of locking, I think people just make life very difficult for themselves. If something happens to you, even if you fall ill, even your partner, your life partner, your children, your parents cannot open your phone. What kind of life is this? We are now in bondage because of social media. We are in bondage because of technology. Technology is supposed to actually benefit us. Technology did not come to separate us. We must use it to our advantage. So for me and my wife, our phones belong to both of us. Any one of us can answer it. I remember one time I forgot my phone at home, and then I was in the office. Then I called and I spoke to my daughter. And I said, "Daughter, I forgot my phone. Please, just in case there are some important messages that have gone through, please, can you check my WhatsApps? See if there are any important messages that I need to respond to, right? Check my SMSs." Imagine, I'm talking to her because I'm transparent. I know my daughter can't find anything bad. I know my daughter can't find a bad SMS or bad WhatsApp. There's nothing to cover up. It's easy, and my daughter knows my password. So she goes in there, she checks, she says, "Oh, there's a message from so-and-so. It's saying this, there's a message from so." Life is easy. Why do we complicate life? Every SMS is encrypted. Every WhatsApp message is encrypted. The phone is encrypted. The laptop is encrypted. There must be a problem somewhere. But I think to balance it up also, there are some partners in marriage also that are, every time, let me see, what is there? Even when your partner is not doing anything queer, you put them under pressure now. They now feel like, let me just put a password there. So why should you push each other? When you check your partner's phone, let it be out of trust. After all, you will not be able to stop them. Don't cause someone, to be under pressure because you are suspecting. Some people are so suspicious. And another thing I've seen, honey, is that people who are cheating, they always assume that their partner is also cheating.
Yes.
Let me see the phone. Who are you talking to? I want to know. Please, let's learn to trust one another. Let's learn to communicate properly. Let's learn to love each other. Those are my last words. Let's love one another. Life is too short. You cannot be on earth for 60, 70, 80, 120 years for you to be fighting and shouting every day. It's not fair. That is all from me. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We hope you found this video uplifting. What touched you the most? We're eager to know what you think on relationships and marriage in the comment section below. Remember to like and share our videos with your family, friends, colleagues, and all those you care about.